Good morning, everyone. I, Dr. Garima Mathur, Head and Professor from Poornima College of Engineering, Jaipur, welcome you on behalf of Poornima College of Engineering. Today, we are organizing webinar on emerging career trends and technology in engineering. Engineer, Wireless Regulatory Compliance Apple, California, USA, and Dr. Mahesh Bundele, Director, Poornima College of Engineering, Jaipur. Puneet has been a key contributor to most of the company's hardware over his career. He has been instrumental in delivering breakthrough products at Apple Mac, iPhone, iPad, and Watch. Prior to Apple, Puneet led a team at Nokia where he is responsible for the research and development for 5G, LTE, and VoLTE technology. He was in the R&D team at Bell Labs to do research on VoLTE and play a vital role in developing the first VoLTE network in USA. He holds several accolades for his work and achievement at Nokia. Puneet is actively involved as a university relations representative for Apple at college networking events and as a recruiter at Career Fair. He is a partner at TDX. He holds a master's degree in electrical and computer engineering from the University of Illinois. Today, the topic of the webinar is Emerging Career Trends and Technology in Engineering. I request all the participants to mute their mic and raise their query through chat box. So I requested Dr. Mahesh Bundele sir to opening remark and welcome address. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Puneet Singhal from US, Dr. Garima Mathur, and dear participants. It's indeed a great topic which has been selected by Mr. Puneet, as he is already working in Apple and other, he has also worked in different industries. So he has a lot of exposure to the technologies, its changing scenario, and right now the impact of COVID-19, what it could be in future, that also he can elaborate much in detail. I hope that all the participants would take inputs regarding what kind of career they can build in the forthcoming technologies, future technologies, what kind of opportunities they can have in Apple or similar kind of mobile technology industries. Or so this is very good topic for the present scenario. The participants are the students of Poornima College of Engineering should take, the faculty members too should take the benefit of all this because the scenario is changing. There is a lot of impact of the COVID-19 on different uh, aspects of learning, different methods of learning, and likewise there will be different opportunities in the industries also. So I would like to thank Mr. Puneet for accepting the invitation by Dr. Garima, and as he has already said that he is associated with Dr. Garima since long time, and I hope that he will be further extending his support for different kind of activities in the institution. So on behalf of Puurnima College of Engineering, I thank him, and I thank Dr. Garima also for organizing this kind of activity. Thank you very much.
To you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good evening. Actually, for me, it's night here, Sunday night, 10 p.m. I am currently in Chicago. And as you all already know, Karima ma'am and Mahesh sir has already mentioned about me. This is Puneet Singhal. Thank you for the introduction and for the bio. So just to give you a brief, how did this started? So Garima ma'am and I, we have been associated now since 14 years. 2006, I started with her as a student of her. She was my HOD. And since then, it has been an amazing journey. She has helped me, like supporting me, helping me, like anything and everything I needed. And you can see that it has been 14 years. We are in constant touch. Probably every month we have a call or so to discuss how we are doing, what's new in the technology and stuff. So as a matter of fact, because this COVID was going on, so, and you guys know it's too much getting here in US. So she sent me an email, a message, a WhatsApp. Hope you guys are safe. My wife is safe, and everybody is safe at home and stuff. So I was like, yeah, ma'am, everything is good. We had a call, and then she was asking me how's work from home going on, and then that's how it started. Okay, is it possible, because it's work from home and you might have some free time during weekends now, so to give this seminar, and I gladly accepted this because I didn't had this kind of career guidance or coaching when I was in my bachelor's. Probably if I would have had that, things would have been different. So hopefully you guys can get something out of it. And I'll be discussing, so let me go through the agenda, what we'll be discussing today. So I will be discussing about my journey from starting from bachelor days in with the Rajasthan Technical University, then how I came here, how everything fall in place, then what are the new emergent technologies that are coming in this decade of 2020, which is a little tough, but going further, things should improve. Then we'll be talking about career trends in electrical engineering. That I mean, what opportunities do you have when you graduate as an engineer from your electrical engineering degree? I can mostly talk about electrical engineering. So just to give you a reference, in US, there is nothing known as electronics and communication. Everything is electrical. So it's computer science and electrical. There is nothing electronics and communication. So everything falls under electrical engineering, not like India, where electrical engineering is a complete different stream. And then we'll be open for Q&As. And some housekeeping items, I do want to make it interactive. We have some videos I'll be showing, and I'll be asking you questions. So if you guys want to respond in the chat, or you want to unmute yourself and uh, have something to discuss about that topic that we'll be discussing, so you're more free to do that. And it will be, let's make it more of a interactive session, just not like I'm speaking here for an hour and we don't have anything to interact with. So I want it to be more towards an interactive session. Okay, so starting with my journey. So I started with Jaipur Engineering College, Rajasthan Technical University, with my bachelor's in electronics and communication back in 2006, when I started associated with Garima ma'am. And it was an amazing journey, all those 4 years from 2006 to 2010, a lot of learning in place. One thing that a learning that I'll get from there is, do make sure you are putting extra efforts in your extracurricular activities. That's very much necessary, especially for your resume, especially for your interpersonal skills. And then it helped me a lot getting into universities here in US. So I will give you an example. You can see on this slide, why I put this picture is to encourage you guys that I realized it when I was applying for internship in my third year. I didn't have much to put on my resume. I was like, how will I be able to land in a full-time job when I don't have much to put on my resume? Is okay, you have projects in your school, but how much, right? School, I mean, in your engineering college, but how many of them? Probably couple, right? What different have you done? Like, you have 600, 700 students applying to that same job. What different have you done? How will your resume stand out? So thanks to Garima ma'am, and we had one of our faculty members, Mukesh sir, they did a seminar at that time in 2007, I'm talking about making a resume to have some extracurricular activities. And when I wrote my resume, I did land up with an internship, but I was not pleased enough that this is enough for me to get into a full-time job, that too in an electrical company, because that was my genre. I didn't want it to end up into a IT company because I was good at electronics and communication. So what I did was I did something on your left side that you can see on screen. It's known as mobile computing robot. So I developed a robot at that time, started with a small scale and ended up attaching a robotic arm to it. And the fact was, okay, I didn't get admission into IITs and DCEs, but you won't believe I went there. I went to IIT Kanpur, I went to IIT Delhi, I went to DCE in Delhi and won several national awards for it. I went to a lot of other colleges to even give out some PowerPoint presentations, and I won a college for that. Why I'm telling you this is because this thing helped me getting a full-time 2-year scholarship when I applied to a university in US, right? So you guys can imagine how much extracurricular activities like come into play. You guys start with like if you are in your fourth year, right? Next year you will be applying for jobs. Just try to make a resume. I'll bet you that you will not be able to find topics to write in your resume because okay, how many projects, right? What different you have done? 50 students in your class have done the same project, right? What different? So please, I'll encourage you to start putting in some efforts in extracurricular activities. PowerPoint, this will improve your public speaking activities, meeting people, and you won't believe this helped me a lot, right? Garima ma'am knew 500 students when I was in my bachelor, right? Why did I stand out? Because I had this thing, this robot that I presented, and I was in news, I was in Times of India, I was in Dainik Bhaskar, I was all over, and that reached to her, and she was like, uh, even my college at that time encouraged me, and I was facilitated for getting all these awards, right? So you can see emphasis is on extracurricular activities. So after graduating from my bachelor's, definitely I didn't had any guidance. I had done all these extracurricular activities, robotic arms and stuff like that, but into mobile computing robot, I developed robots, but nobody was there to give me a career guidance. What's next? Anything next is, okay, TCS is coming on a day zero. Infosys is coming on a day zero. Tech Mahindra is coming on a day zero. I never got a chance even to apply for electrical engineering because there was, I need to get a job and TCS and Infosys. I'm not sure. I'm not saying that's a bad thing to get into TCS or Infosys or Tech Mahindra. But my genre was electrical engineering. I put in 4 years in electrical engineering, but something was missing. That was career guidance. Okay, that I can give you a little bit today about the field that you should apply, about how you can come here. Okay, so right on top, this is my from TCS. I did my TCS. I got into TCS in 2010, but the joining was delayed, and finally in 2011 January I got into TCS. Started as a SAP consultant, which was a very good. SAP was cream in 2010-11, right? Everybody wanted to be a SAP guy, right? So I did started my stint there from 2011 to mid 2012. Something changed in between. What was that? The thing was, I thought this is not what I wanted. I put in 4 years in my electrical engineering. I was good at it. I did something different in my life. Why to end up a life in a IT company, which I don't want? Everybody has their personal choices. Mine was I didn't want it to end up in an IT company. What I started doing was I started studying, right? Studying what? Career guidance. I met a couple of folks. I started searching online. What different can I do? And also, definitely, one thing also played in factor was a pay scale, right? In IT companies, the pay scale, the starting pay scale is very less, right? And as a matter of fact, I was in Mumbai. My parents live in Delhi. So I used to travel probably almost every month to Delhi, right? Half of my salary was gone in air tickets, train tickets, traveling back and forth, right? Nothing was saved. So I was like, I need to do something different that I did in my undergrad college, but I left that thing, joined an IT company. What different can I do? So while I was working in Mumbai and later in Delhi, I was transferred to Delhi. I was lucky, God's grace, that I got transferred to Delhi. I started applying to universities, right? And it's a big process. Thanks to my family who helped me out in this. Uh, how did I go about it, right? You guys might be the students that are online or faculties, you might be interested how I did that. So there are a lot of things out there. The first thing is there are seminars. So not now because COVID is going on, but there is IDP, there is Wisdom Mart. What they do is they call on universities from US, from UK, from Europe, from Canada, and those universities comes in an hotel for 2 days and they have their live seminars. What they have to offer. What, any questions or something going on? So I was like, what different can I do? So I attended those seminars, right? And it gave me a picture. Okay, there is something known as GRE, there is something known as TOEFL, there is something known as masters from outside India that I can do, right? And definitely one thing come into mind is scholarship, right? How my parents will be able to afford for 2 years 70 lakh rupees, 50 lakh rupees. But believe me, everything comes into place if you have like that grit to go, to join, to put in your application and to try, right? So what I did was I started with my GRE. I started, okay, there is a score factor in GRE, so now it has changed. Yeah, out of 325 you have to get around, for a good college you have to get around 305, 310 out of 325, 340 score actually. So I was like, I need to do something different. So I started studying, I applied to colleges, I went to these seminars. And again, one thing that I stood different. One more thing I want to add here. Garima ma'am was a big help in this. Guys, make sure you're in touch with your faculties, you're in touch with your professors, because you need something known as recommendation letters if you want to apply jobs outside India. For education outside India, it's known as letter of recommendation. You can't, you need 3 to 4 letters of recommendations, right? Okay, you can ask from your manager, but he will get a sense you're leaving the company, right? And you can talk to him and get 1 letter of recommendations. What about the other 3 or other 4, right? Who will help you out? Not your parents, not your friends, right? It's your professors in your engineering undergrad college. I approached Garima ma'am, I approached a couple of other professors, knowing what I had done, how I stood out. They wrote me a very good letter of recommendation, which was so useful getting into these colleges in US, right? So this is how, like, this will help to get into universities, right? You need sorry, I was looking at the chat if somebody had a question. So you will get into universities by you need everything. It's a combination. Your letter of recommendation, statement of purpose, what different you did. They have a section to provide your certificates that you have done, the ETAs, extracurricular activities. And to let you know, by all this I applied to 8 universities and I got into 4 of them. So in 2012, by May, I had offers from 4 universities, not 1, but 4. Okay. So this all happened because I had done something in past in my undergrad. I had good relations with my professors who provided me a very good letter of recommendation. So make sure visiting your HOD, visiting your professor, they know your name, because at the end of 3-4 years, when you get some industry experience and you want to go for further education, you will be needing their guidance, help, and support. Okay. So then I started with the University of Illinois, Chicago in 2012. Amazing experience. And that's a complete different topic. I can talk hours and hours about how to get admission into a university outside US, which is not this topic. This more towards emerging technologies and career trends. So I don't want to shift the focus. if you guys have any questions regarding how to get into universities outside India, shoot me an email. I am ready to help, or we can do a seminar later with you guys, and we can talk about how to apply for foreign universities and get into outside universities. Okay, so from there I started my journey for my master's of science in electrical engineering, and it was 2012 in August, and it's a 2 year course. Master is a 2 year course, and so different, so overwhelming. One thing I got, the best part was I got fully funded degree from UIC. So my first, initially my dad paid couple of bucks for like a couple of $1,000 for my initial funding for my university, for my stay. But then everything I got fully funded. Why? Because I had something different. I did something different in UIC. Again, extracurricular activities played a part. I was a president of n number of committees that were there in UIC. It's University of Illinois Chicago. I'll say it as UIC short form. So n number of things I did, and you won't believe a one semester tuition fees is $20,000, 15 lakh rupees, which was waived off. Why? I did something different. So here I am in the middle picture holding my first radio that I made. It's a AM FM transistor that I made, this small little piece of PCB design, which was operating. I was able to listen to all the frequencies, radio frequencies here on my AM FM radio. That was something different I did. I won accolades for this also, developing this in my university, due to which they thought this guy has something different. Let's give him a Chancellor Student Service Award. Let's waive his 3 years of fees. Let's encourage him. And during my graduation ceremony in 2014, my name was called out, right, in front of 2,000 people were sitting in that arena, and my name was called out for the students who won the Chancellor Student Service Award. And I stood up, and like it was like an overwhelming experience. You being standing out, immigrant out of India, out of 2,000 students, something different. So my one advice from these two things is try putting your efforts in extracurricular activities. Try something different that nobody else has done. What different do you have? And you have it in you that you can do, right? So that was the Chancellor Student Service Leadership Award, and my stint at UIC. And you won't believe, due to this, I ended up an internship with Alcatel-Lucent in 2013 while I was a student. I was getting stipend as well. No more salary account, bank salary transactions coming from my dad. I was able to get that stipend. That, okay, now I started earning that American dream of dollars, right? So in that 2013, Alcatel-Lucent, today it's known as Nokia. Nokia acquired it in late 2016. They gave me a full-time offer in 2014 when I graduated. Do you want to join? Why? I did overwhelming things at Alcatel-Lucent during that 1 year when I was in my internship with them. In addition to my college thing that I was doing in my school, I was a student. So I did that internship as well as my education parallelly. So here I am in the above picture in 2014 representing Nokia. This is at a job fair. So this job fair, I used to go out there in the job fairs and hear me, cool, thank you. So in Nokia, I started in 2014 in Nokia. I was involved, as Garima man already mentioned, in early development of LTE, VoLTE, and recently 5G. So overwhelming experience with Nokia, amazing experience with Nokia. And I started with them in 2014, left the company recently in 2019. Since 2013, so 6 years with Nokia, amazing experience, leading technologies. What leading I mean is this, Bell Labs, right? I was in Bell Labs. This is me standing in the history of innovations. I'm looking at the first transistor that was ever built. This is like a Bell Labs exhibition that I was. So Bell Labs was part of Alcatel Lucent. Our research organization was known as Bell Labs. I went there for almost an year to do research in VoLTE, voice over LTE. I was the first one to ever like send a VoLTE call, receive a VoLTE call. So that was the research that I, with Alcatel Lucent at that time in 2015, I did for VoLTE. An amazing experience going in Bell Labs where C was developed, where a transistor was developed. This is the transistor, the first transistor. Here you can see the first A4 battery that was developed was this big. And I have numerous pictures. This was the first TV, the one in black. And this is the Nobel Prize winners from Bell Labs. It was amazing experience, right? Getting into R&D. And I told my manager, I want something into development, something into R&D. Go talk to your managers, go talk to your professors. What different do you want to do, right? I got an opportunity and I camped on it. And 6 years with Nokia, I ended up into 5G. Which was an amazing, it's a dream of an electrical engineer to start working on 5G, the technology which has not been out, and I was doing a research in that. Excuse me, too much talking. So in 20, I will be talking more about 5G, what's research and going on in the emerging technologies. Let's move what I am currently doing. So this is a placard that I got from Apple. I joined Apple late 2019. Amazing 7 months with Apple. I can't talk much about my work because of the confidentiality in Apple, but you'll be soon hearing in future what we have got, what amazing research we are working on, what's going on. I can't dwell much into it, but definitely amazing experience in this 7 months. Something different, extraordinary, coming from a 5G electrical background. That's what, and this is the placard that I got from Tim Cook. I met him on my first day of orientation. Meeting Tim Cook was amazing. They have an amazing orientation that they do for 2 days. Amazing experience, and especially you guys should Google out their campus. They have a spaceship campus. You can check it on Apple Maps, Google Maps, wherever you want to check it out. It's in a form of spaceship. Amazing experience there with Apple. So two key points from my journey. Those who think can, they will, right? I thought a dream back in 2006 of a bachelor's, then in 2011 of doing a master's, 2013 being into research development into new technologies, 5G, and then being into the top two companies in US, Apple, right? So if you have that thing in you, right, something different to do, something extraordinary from others. I was an ordinary student, right? I didn't get into IITs and DCs, right? But I was like, I'm not settling in here. Okay, I didn't get into the prestigious colleges in India, but I have that spark in me. Let me do something different. So guys, make sure you're putting efforts in your extracurricular activities, talking to your professors, taking career guidance is very important. Probably you can get some tips today. So I'll close the slide with these two thoughts that I discussed with you. Okay. Coming on, so a lot of talking on my journey, some good advices, right? Let's go on what emerging technologies are there right now, right? So a lot of folks might be interested in what's new, right? Everybody is hearing about AI, about 5G, IoT, serverless computing, biometrics, AR, VR, blockchain, robotics, NLP, quantum computing. I will today give you live examples from my life that I'm using for AI, for IoT, for robotics, for 5G. So let's dive into it. It's an amazing, probably half an hour, 40 minutes of a session more left. Let's get through it, and you guys will find it pretty interesting. what's going on in, I'm not sure much about what's going on in India right now because it has been 8-9 years I'm here. But I can tell you all these 10 technologies are in use. They are very much present and I am working on it in day-to-day life. So these are not like anything. Future is right now here. These technologies will be developing and how you guys will be amazed to see what's going on. So let's first jump into 5G because that's my genre. That's what I am working on. I had worked on in Nokia. So let's start into what's in 5G, right? So okay, went too strong. Okay, can you guys tell me what you think is 5G? Anybody? Couple of things. It's a buzzword, right? 5G. Anybody? What do you think is 5G? Yeah, somebody said, Gaurav said fifth generation, right? 5G. Close, pretty close. What's 5G? Like, what's different? Why 5G, right? Somebody said it's a LT process. I will say it's an advancement of LT, not exactly LT, but yeah. Somebody said fifth generation of internet connectivity. Yes, exactly. You guys are hitting the point, right? What's 5G, right? So let me share what jargons people are doing here in US, and these are taken from the news articles, right? Somebody is saying 5G is a real thing and fast, right? Somebody is saying Verizon's 5G network is blazing. Somebody said, I tried 5G, it will change your life. The 5G is health hazard. That isn't, right? A lot of things going on in 5G. Let's get into what 5G. Probably, I'm not sure if you guys have experienced 5G or you have seen any videos. I have done live 5G demonstrations. So let's get into it. What's 5G? What's going on in 5G? What's different, right? Okay, so more thing. Yeah, you're right. 5G is wireless technology to deliver high multi-gigabit speeds, right? I'm not sure if you guys have experienced it, but today I will show how it will work. I have worked on it. I have experienced it live, right? So you guys can get something out of it. So 5G, okay, you guys were right. Ultra low energy, deep coverage, strong security, ultra high reliability, ultra low latency, extreme user mobility, deep awareness, extreme data rates, extreme capacity. You guys were right in your chat window. Yes, that's 5G. You're right. Right. So this will be 5G will be incorporating all these 10, 12 things that's written in here in real world, and it's here. It's not anymore like it will be emerging. Things will be changing, but it's here. 5G is here in US, coming soon probably in India. So but 5G is in here in US. Okay, what's different, right? In United States, this is a map from or 5G. Sorry. AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, Sprint, like how you have Airtel, you have Geo. So this is the footprint. Blue color is all 5G. Can you imagine? Already these are the 5G sites already deployed and people using 5G, right? You can see the map is almost covered, right? Probably 60-70%, 30-40 more percent to go, and this will be done. 5G will be a real thing. So I am sitting right here in Chicago. See my footprint, right? All blue footprint. I have 5G. I have capability. And as a matter of fact, uh, I was in Nokia in Chicago, right? They have an office in Chicago, Naperville. I was the first one to do a walk test with a 5G phone and a 5G cell tower in Chicago. So I can proudly say that I did it. Where I did it, I can show you the live example is this. So for Verizon, this is Chicago. We put our first 5G tower in Chicago. This is a 5G cell tower. You guys might be amazing. Like you guys can look around and you will, I was not knowing about all these cell towers before when I started my stint with Alcatel-Lucent. But now as I cross road, I can, okay, look around. Okay, this is my previous company's Nokia cell tower. This is Ericsson cell tower. So you guys should look around for these cell towers. So on the left picture is the first 5G cell tower that Nokia put it in downtown Chicago. This one is AT&T and this one is T-Mobile, different locations, but I was responsible for testing this cell tower right here. Okay, what did I do testing this cell tower? And this is real, right? So we, right now we have Samsung S10s and S9s, which are right now capable of doing some 5G out of it, not exactly in millimeter waves. So there are, I don't want to go deep into 5G, but there are like FR1 and FR2. FR1 is frequency range 1, which goes up till like 3.5, and then goes millimeter wave, which is FR2, which goes from 28 gig and beyond. Right, so we were able to test something in FR1 at that time and FR2 at that time with the Samsung mobile app. We were downloading large apps. What were we doing? Okay, so what were we doing? We did this, and this is a live thing that we did. Right, LTE speed was 1.9 gigabits per second. 5G 5.2 gigabits per second. 3 times, almost 3 times the speed. Right, guys, 5G is live here. Photo downloaded. We downloaded 1,000 pictures, right? See the time. This is the time. On the x-axis, it's the time. And y is what we did, right? 160 seconds for LTE. 5G was 26 seconds. So the thing that I'm telling you, ultra low latency, right there. Game download. Why for? I will be telling you in few, like in my other slides. AR, VR. You can't wait. You're playing games, right? With your people, with your folks. You can't wait for that to stream in, and then probably it will take a while to stream, and you guys are playing, and it's should be anywhere you're sitting. Create a 5G network and start playing. Game downloads 2.1 gig, 23 seconds. Movie download 10 seconds, right? Album downloads 15 songs, 5 MB each, 3 seconds. So guys, 5G is here. This is the best that we did. I did when I was there in Nokia, and amazing speed, amazing technology. Let me take you to the slide that we did and showing it to in Nokia, right? So this was my booth. You can see Nokia Naperville demos. This is in Daily Herald. It's one of the leading newspaper of Chicago, right? Nokia Naperville demos use Fortnite to show off 5G capabilities. You can see this is a live 5G AR VR video that we are playing right here on 5G. No streaming getting, I can't play right now because I have left the company, so I don't have rights to play the video. But if I would have shown you at that time the video that we had taken, seamless transition, not even a millisecond of delay, right? Right here on your right, we are displaying our AR VR. You can see these folks wearing headset. As a matter of fact, this is my dad sitting. He was visiting this year and last year actually when I was with Nokia, and he was amazed too, right? Seeing the technology about AR, VR that we are doing, augmenting reality, virtual reality. What's that, right? So what's next for 5G with AR, VR? What next is coming? Next coming is remote surgeries, right? You have a 5G connection, ultra low latency is needed. A doctor is explaining, a doctor in US is explaining a doctor in India how to operate a person. You will see that will be a truth one day, right? We didn't have Facebooks, WhatsApp, Instagram, everything is right now here, right? You will, from now on in 6 to 10 years, you will see that is also happening. Remote surgery is happening. I can tell you, I did research in 5G that through AR, VR, we can do that, right? Through 5G, we can do that. Ultra low latency. So there will be robots performing the function that needs to do a surgery, right? One best example of AR and VR with 5G. I am sitting right here in Chicago. Because of this COVID situation, I can't go to any museums in Chicago, right? What they have done is you log on to any art Institute of Chicago, or you log on to a history museum of Chicago, or you log on to any other museum of Chicago. They are using AR, VR. You can experience a live, getting into the museum live, sitting at home. Like just Google it, just type it, just see it on net, right? What different they have done. So they have introduced AR, VR you will get an experience like, are you serious? Is it I'm watching live? Or I'm like right there in the museum, or I'm sitting at home and watching it, right? So very different experience. Why? AR, VR, it's here. The only thing is there will be advancements. Let me show you this unbelievable ad that I came across that's doing AR. So guys, it's a reality that 5G is in here. It will be emerging. Right now, COVID gave us a different perspective. For the first time ever, I was sitting in my home watching a museum, entering into it. I was able to like see each and everything. It was an amazing experience what 5G with incorporated AR VR has done here. Soon it will be back in India too. 5G will be coming out there soon as well, right? So this is a real thing that I talked about 5G and my work that I did here. Let's go back. I will be taking you back to the other technologies, emerging technologies, right? AI. What's there in AI? Everybody is talking about AI. Artificial intelligence is there. What's that? It's like mimicking human intelligence, right? Speak recognition, decision making. These days, you are using it for your navigation apps, for streaming services. You're using, like I am using it in my day-to-day life. Home pods at home, Alexa at home, Google research assistant, the assistant at home that recognizes your speech. You can say, hey Alexa, add this grocery to my shopping list. It will automatically do that. What's that? It's all AI and machine learning, right? That's something that is coming up. And let me show you, this store is in Chicago. I have been to this Amazon Go store, and amazing technology what they have done. I have now. Are you able to see this video?
4 years ago,
The current video I'm playing. Are you able to see it?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't full screen it, but because then it will take me to YouTube.
Okay.
Because so let me do this. Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
Now it is okay.
Okay. So this is a Amazon store live. What's happening? Why is it not playing? Okay, so this is an Amazon store live in Chicago. I have witnessed it. I have used it using AI and machine learning. Let's see what this has into place. Okay, let's see this.
4 years ago, we started to wonder, what would shopping look like if you could walk into a store, grab what you want, and just go? What if we could weave the most advanced machine learning, computer vision, and AI into the very fabric of a store, so you never have to wait in line? No lines, no checkouts, no registers. Welcome to Amazon Go. Use the Amazon Go app to enter. Then put away your phone and start shopping. It's really that simple. Take whatever you like. Anything you pick up is automatically added to your virtual cart. If you change your mind about that cupcake, just put it back. Our technology will update your virtual cart automatically. So, how does it work? We used computer vision, deep learning algorithms, and sensor fusion, much like you'd find in self-driving cars. We call it Just Walk Out technology. Once you've got everything you want, you can just go. When you leave, our Just Walk Out technology adds up your virtual cart and charges your Amazon account. Your receipt is sent straight to the app, and you can keep going. Amazon Go. No lines, no checkout. No.
So guys, this is a reality. I have experienced it in Chicago, right? I did that. I shopped through it. What's this, right? You are just walking with your cell phone in a store. Even what Alexa will do is, once you ask Alexa at your home, add this to your cart, it will automatically in that Amazon store will guide you where that particular item is. Just grab it and walk away, right? Amazing technology in AI, machine learning, what Amazon has done. It's real, right? They have right now 15 or 17 stores, probably coming with more stores. even other like Walmart and in here, they are trying to utilize this now. They are like, okay, if Amazon is doing it, why not Walmart, Target? They are doing now this AI, where you just seamlessly, just with your phone, can go in the store, walk back without even paying anything, right? Because it's already charging your Amazon app, cashless transaction. Just walk in, select, go home, right? Amazing, right? Next, IoT. What's there? A lot of people are talking about IoT. It's live there. In US right now in Chicago, I can turn on while sitting in my office. It's too hot, right? I can, while I'm driving back, not right now in COVID, but while I was driving back from work, I'm like, it might be too hot at home. Let me start my air conditioning. Nest, right? Nest is there, right? You can just start your air conditioning from home. While sitting in my office, okay, my bedroom carpet needs a cleaning. I have something known as Roomba. It's connected to Wi-Fi. I can start Roomba sitting in the office. While I'm at office, I come back home, everything is squeaky clean. IoT, right? The best example, Tesla. And you guys won't believe, it's amazing, amazing. I have driven a Tesla myself. It does everything that an autonomous car can do right now, from changing lanes to maintaining your speed. How is it done? IoT, emerging technology. Like, one topic will take, I think we don't have much time. One topic will take too much to dive on. I can talk about how this technology is IoT, how it is communicating. In the car, it's communicating to a server, right? A Tesla server, which is sending its live feed. The car will stop at a traffic signal. The car will change lane on its own. I have done that. I have experienced that. So let's see how it is done through a video from Tesla in IoT, right? Okay, let's see here.
Have you ever been in the grocery store and it starts to rain? Of course, it would be nice if someone pulled your car up for you.
It does sound nice. Now, there's some technology that allows the car to do just that itself. Brandon Simmons shows us how it works.
I think anyone that drives one for a day, they would have trouble going back.
Bill Painter has been a proud Tesla owner since the beginning of the year, and he'll tell you he's obsessed with his ride.
It's better than any other car out there, and it's good for the environment.
The all-electric Tesla brand is known for its autopilot feature that lets you sit back while the car drives itself down the road, keeping with the flow of traffic and changing lanes too. But they recently added a new feature called Smart Summit, taking things to another level.
Say you don't want to walk all the way to your car, and it'll come to you.
All you do is open the app, and the car will plot a path toward you, making corrections for people and traffic along the way. It only moves when your finger is on the screen of your smartphone. When you let go, it stops. A car moving without a driver was enough to turn heads in the parking lot. Many people stopping to ask questions about what they were seeing.
Okay, they'll drive itself. That is awesome.
It freaked me out when I parked the car. I mean, there's nobody behind the wheel. That thing is awesome.
The car uses a number of cameras and sensors all around it to navigate the lot.
So guys, I'm running out of time. So definitely this thing, like, amazing. Somebody is writing, which will be running on 5G. Exactly, you're right. That's the future. Self-driving car, I have driven it by myself. Amazing, amazing technology. What IoT has done, right? Seamless car is driving by its own. Like, it's a pleasure to watch all these technologies coming in, and in future doing a AR VR out of it. Vehicular to vehicular transmission is the next big thing, right? There is an accident on a highway, a car will respond to a car at the back, take this route, and your car will automatically be rerouted. Something different, right? IoT, Internet of Things, it's live. AI is live, 5G is live, IoT is live. Let's move to robotics. And I have tasted in this restaurant in Boston, right? Let's see what robotics has to do right now, how it has changed. Robotics for you this is from Boston, a restaurant in Boston.
This morning, some food for thought and a look at what might be the kitchen of the future. It's the brainchild of 4 MIT students with a little help from a Michelin-starred chef. In downtown Boston, Spice Restaurant is cooking up fresh rice bowls with some help from robots.
Everybody thought we were crazy. Everybody thought we were crazy when we were going to open this, but they looked and they saw how crazy we were, and they're like, maybe it will work,
Gail Rogers and Michael Fareed are two of four friends, all MIT graduates who own Spice.
I had this idea of using robotics to cook. I was in grad school. It's the first time I was sort of, not on a meal plan. I was able to get good food, but pretty expensive. And inexpensive food typically tends to be not super good food.
So they put their mechanical engineering degrees to use. But while they worked on their prototype, they realized they were missing a major ingredient.
The only problem was the four of us had never started a restaurant before. Minor problem. We said, hey, why not reach out to Daniel Boulud?
That's Daniel Boulud, world-renowned Michelin-star chef. They sent him an email.
Why not? Why not?
Because of interest in time, I'll just stop it right here. So I had eaten in this restaurant when I was in Boston. Totally seamless entry. You are not asking anybody. The food is coming by itself. You're ordering out on an app, whatever you want, ingredients, and robot is preparing this food for you, right? Amazing, right? You guys might be thinking 5 years ago, is it possible? Right? It is possible. Robotics is there. So I did cover IoT, 5G, AI, robotics, blockchain. I'll give you a brief on everything. Blockchain, Bitcoins are using blockchain. Blockchain is like one after the, so it's used in like Litecoins, Bitcoins for public trading, so that it seems, and you guys can read it online. I think my 1 hour is almost getting over, and I don't want to run out of time. So blockchain is going on. Even Walmart is using blockchain these days. So these technologies are here. The fact is they are just emerging from like different things to one thing to another, right? Let me go back to one more topic that I want to cover right now.
One query is there.
Sorry?
One query is there related to this IoT, na?
Sure.
Someone asked how this IoT impact the sustainability of the business, and will it have any impact on the environment?
Sure. So sustainability of the business, definitely, right? Going on further, it's all about robotics, AI, right? You need that, like business will be sustainable, right? You are switching or your air condition by sitting at your office, right? What's hampering in the business, right? It's still like you're enhancing that technology. It's not like hampering anything in the ecosystem. You're doing it, you're incorporating it with 5G. It will generate more jobs. You will be doing IoT. Now Tesla is there, right? I have heard about Google, right? Waymo, they are doing their car. GM, they are planning to do their. BMW, Audi, and Mercedes, they have a company known as Here that's developing autonomous car for them, right? So where is it hampering? It's creating more jobs. It's like getting everything into one ecosystem, right? From talking into the servers, which can be into cloud computing, which will help into the serverless computing, right? Which will also get that advanced technology into IoT, which can be clubbed. AI can be clubbed. So I think whosoever asked this question was like, it will be helping our ecosystem going further, and then it's here, right? You can't stop it now. It's here. I showed you live examples that I witnessed. The technology is there, and like, believe me, being an engineer, being into research, it's amazing. The research work going on behind these is amazing.
The next question is from student side.
Sorry, ma'am, just a second. Do you want to cover this career trends, and I can take all the questions then?
Okay, carry forward.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Sorry about that, because I don't want to we can talk about questions a lot. I want to give them some career thing, what they have right now, and they can put their time, if they are in their third year or fourth year, what is here out in US for the careers in electrical engineering. Is that okay, ma'am?
Yeah, Puneet, carry
okay.
forward.
So career trends in electrical engineering, guys. When I landed here in 2012, right? I was like, it might be simple how I did it in India. I was not knowing this, right? To be frank with you guys, I was not knowing this. Sorry, I was like, it might be easy, right? The same thing which I did it back in India in my undergrad, taking courses and graduating with courses, right? No, that's not the case. Masters is you are doing master's in electrical engineering, but what's your focus, right? What's your focus? What stream do you want to get in? I wanted to get into so in your first year, there is for 2 weeks when you get into a university in US, for 2 weeks it's a rotation. So you can attend all these 5 streams in electrical engineering, which is RF telecommunication engineering, VLSI chip design, DSP, digital signal processing, power electronics, and network engineering. And then in these 2 weeks, you need to decide what entices you, what what field you want to go in. You can change on during your second year as well, or your first year later on, but right, you will be taking your courses like that. So we have to complete around 10 to 12 courses. I know that's a different topic, how to get into masters and what all, but I want to focus on what different career trends in electrical engineering is there, right? So I personally, I went for 2 weeks and I was like, my interest is into RF telecommunication engineering. I want to be RF engineer, which I started in Alcatel-Lucent / Nokia, right? I was a RF engineer, then senior RF. I was leading a team, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, I want to do into RF telecommunication engineering. So I'll just go a brief for all 5, what we have in there. So RF telecommunication engineer, it's more about like analog communication and digital communication, like 5G, 4G, LTE, RF radio frequency, right? Layer 1, layer 2, layer 3 for RF, LTE, 5G, right? What kind of jobs you will be landing with? You will be landing with being a RF engineer, being a senior RF engineer, being into like more towards like radio frequency, EM waves and stuff like that. So if you choose for a degree in RF telecommunication engineering, it can land your job as a RF engineer. VLSI chip design. Believe me, right now I am a RF engineer, but the area that is very, very growing right now is VLSI chip design. Every company needs an engineer that knows how to design a chip. If somebody, you guys might have seen the WWDC from Apple this year, right? Worldwide Development Conference just happened last week, and Apple is developing its own chip for MacBook, right? They said that Apple is no more doing Intel, right? It is coming. Yeah, Pratik, it was amazing. I was baffled after seeing that, right? So it was amazing. Like, so how will it be? Like, who will be helping out? VLSI chip design engineers. Apple needs that. Google needs you. Facebook needs you. Amazon needs you. They are Alexa chip designing, right? Even RF, Alexa needs RF. So I'm telling you, electrical engineering is a very, very good field. Like you try to find jobs, man. Try to go on LinkedIn. Try to contact an HR from wherever, even in India, Airtel, Jio, Bharti, Ericsson. Try into these, but you have to be different out of a lot of, because you have prestigious colleges where people are graduating from and they have a degree from IIT DC. So you have to be different. Sorry, I took on a different topic, but yeah, VLSI chip design is there. DSP, right? DSP, what's going on in DSP in the field? So Chicago, one of my friend did his PhD from Chicago, University of Chicago. What he's doing in DSP is he's helping out Chicago police. How he's helping out? Through signal processing and parallel processing computing networks. He's trying to predict what what will be a next action of a thief, right? By doing some DSP on his face recognitions, doing some signal system processing. So that's in there, that job, very niche job, but you need to know, like very, very, very good niche job where you can do AI also. In RF and VLSI, you can't do much AI, but in DSP, you can do compute networking, you can do face recognition, you can do signal system processing and all those stuff, good stuff, right? Power electronics, lot of companies hiring in US, especially power companies, right? You need electricity at your home, right? It's not like you will be fixing a tube light or a bulb or something like that. No, it's power electronics. Somebody needs to deliver power to your house. How the grids are. Comet is like in Chicago, it's ComEd, right? Very good jobs open as a power electronic engineer. Very different courses. All these have different courses and masters. Believe me, RF, VLSI, everything is different. I took like around 14 courses in RF telecommunication engineering, 14 courses, right? It's VLSI had its own 20 courses, DSP had its own. So I was like into RF. So power electronics, network engineering, very good. CCNA, CCNP, right? Amazon needs network engineer. They have to get their network up and running. Somebody is buying on Amazon. Google, they need their network engineering to maintain all these cloud computing servers and stuff. Who is doing that? A network engineer. Electrical engineering background. I have folks, I have friends in all these 5 categories, because here nobody like goes, okay, Puneet is doing RF, let me do RF, it's an easy field. No, choose what you want, what your interest is in those 2 weeks. Later on also, if I'm not liking RF, I can change that. So guys, my end of this is it's already 11:10 for me, probably an hour and 10 minutes for you guys. I want to leave some time for Q&A. So I want to tell you guys, jobs are there, man. Apple, Facebook, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, they need electrical engineer. Life is not without electrical engineer. Don't think that only being into computer science or IT company can fetch you a job. No, man. See me, right? I am working as a RF from leaving a job in an IT company from SAP and coming this far, right? I have friends from India doing into network engineering in Amazon, power electronics into ComEd, DSP. I told you example of a friend, VLSI chip design in like Apple, Intel, Qualcomm. So many. BCG Consulting is also hiring. Even Deloitte, KPMG, the big 4, they need electrical engineers, guys. So to end the topic here, pursue your dream, what you want. Technologies are out there. Pick a topic, pick what you want your niche in, and develop your skills. Talk to people, talk to your career coaches. Let me know whatever I can help out with. Garima ma'am has my information. You guys can shoot me an email, join me on LinkedIn. Whatever way I can help out in some career guidance, I'll be happy to help out. And probably later on, as your director sir mentioned, we can work something, a seminar on how to get into US universities, what are the stuff available, and how to pursue a master's from abroad, right? So here I'm ending out here, and time for some Q&As that everybody, guys might be waiting for. So yeah, shoot me with your questions now. Garima, over to you. Anything you have?
Now there are some queries, right? Started with the first one query. Ankit writing, your journey is truly an inspiration. Sir, I'm a final year mechanical engineering student. As due to current situation, according to you, what are the opportunity for a mechanical engineer in the technical field? Though due to this pandemic, my college placement was also not take place.
Okay. Hey, Ankit, thank you. So definitely COVID has hit a lot of folks. And I want to tell you, write your resume, right? You will find out you are in your final year. You have an year to go. What different can you do, right? In your resume, you can't add just your projects, what I mentioned and above. What different do you have, right? That will stand out. Like jobs are available, man. All these big 10 companies, mechanical engineering is the field to right now. You need to develop a product, right? To develop an iPhone, I need a mechanical engineer so that he can give me the product design team is all mechanical engineers in Apple, in Google, in Samsung, right? I know I'm not 100% sure about the jobs market and situation and companies in India because I didn't stay there much and I came here, but I can tell you from my experience and talking to folks that I have in mechanical engineering from my undergrad, they are in Honda, they are in Amazon, they are developing product design there. But your application, your resume needs to stand out. You need to check with the HR on LinkedIn. I have this in my resume. I have done this different from the lot there. So I don't think like COVID should hamper doing you anything in your extracurricular that can show up, and jobs are there. Believe me, there is not a scarcity of job at all. There are ample jobs available. mechanical is the field right now. You can't design an iPhone or a Samsung phone or a Google phone or all these Alexas without, or a car, and name anything. You can't design it without a mechanical engineer, that's for sure. So that's my take on it.
Second one is very Puneet.
Yes.
Sir, do you think that learning programming language is important for real estate design or IoT development?
For sure, guys. This is one thing I will tell you. Focus on at least one language. Either you are from mechanical or from electrical or from any bio, whatever. Like in the near future, you will be needing master in one language. You master in Python, you master in C, you master in Java, you master in Scala, whatever you want to master. Please, this is my humble request. And that's a good point that Prateek mentioned, that we should definitely master one language. That was one thing that was missing that I didn't point out. But you know, AI, IoT can't run without even machine learning. I mean, IoT that you guys are asking, VLSI, it can't run without having a knowledge of embedded C, right? A language is must. A language is must.
Okay, next query is Puneet, what are the security concerns related to IoT?
So there are, like right now, that's what everybody is looking into it. Somebody does not hack my car, right? I'm driving Tesla, all of a sudden somebody is hacking my IoT. But so that's what a network security engineer job is, right? Sorry, I was looking at a question that was asked on the chat. There are security concerns, but man, I am here. I drove a Tesla. It's driving seamlessly. I can start my air conditioning from past 2-3 years. Yes, hacker can hack into anything. They can right now hack into Facebook. They can hack into your email IDs. They can hack into everything. But then each and every company, cyber security, right? Yeah, IoT, right? So that's why the companies are putting in a lot of money investing in cyber security, right? Hacking is always there, and IoT, it will be like IPv6, right? So more secure, right? They are trying to protect their environment so that hackers can't get into it and Tesla can't run. But every other car here in US is doing an electric car, especially in California, it's Tesla. So there is a threat to every time, but technology is trying to cure that. People are trying to cure that.
Last query for this side here, right? Someone asked me, how might IPv6 affect the development and implementation of the IoT?
Okay, so IPv6, right? If you guys are aware of, it's the new thing that everybody is using. So what's their question? But we are using IPv6 in IoT, right? What's the question? Can you come again?
Last one.
Okay. How might the internet address affect the development and implementation? IoT, we are using, so for Internet of Things, right? For communication, we are using right now, IPv6 is used. At the background, what's the backhaul, what's the technology that is going on right now is IPv6. So how will that affect the development? I think this will boost out the thing that we have with IPv6, so that IoT, we can do more devices, we can integrate other stuff using the IPv6, like 5G is also using IPv6 right now, so that all these technologies can be integrated. So I'm not sure what you are saying with affect the development in implementation. Right now, IoT is being implemented by using IPv6.
Mechatronics, as it is a combination of various engineering, yeah, I'm answering. It is a combination of electronics and mechanical branch, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And one bridge Kishore Soni asked, it is related to defense sector. What is his question?
What is the technology?
Are you able to see, Puneet, that question?
It says what this technology will do to play a role in defense sector. Which technology are you talking about?
That I'm searching that question also.
Yeah, no, he hasn't responded which technology. Maybe he was asking while I was presenting, so I'm not sure which technology he's talking about. So there is a question from Dr. Anila Dhingra, how 5G will affect augmented reality and virtual reality. I already showed you. Okay, let me. Oh, okay, I did show you, right? We did this 5G AR VR thing where we were playing Fortnite on 5G. It's amazing, right? No lag, right? You're right there watching. I was giving you an example of a museum in Chicago which I can watch sitting right here. 5G, right? My latency is very less. I'm able to view it. I'm able to the best part is doing robotic surgery. That will be coming. For that, 5G is needed. Latency should be low, bandwidth should be best. The gigabit speed that I discussed about 5.2 and 1.9 gig. So yeah, 5G is there right now. It's there in AR and VR. It's just the enhancements that are left in robotic surgeries.
Question is related to IoT. He is asking, what does this technology will do play a role in defense sector?
Okay, so like I don't know right now if something is going on in defense sector, because I'm sitting here in US, and like you can't get into defense. It's very highly protective and secure. What I think is probably like putting something in drones, right? That's the best in defense sector, and it's using, right? Drones are there. We are using drones to check out. Drones are communicating. Right now it is delivering pizzas, but that's not it. In US you can get a pizza delivered by a drone, but that's not it, right? Through a drone you can monitor, and that's IoT. It's, you're sending it signal, it's sending you back signals, it's sending you back the information that you need. You can switch off a video of a particular area. It will follow you. The drone will follow you. I'm not sure if you guys have used a drone. It will continuously follow without even like you holding anything. It will, through GPS, through the coordinates, it will follow you, and it will communicate with you with your phone. You can watch the video, you can make videos. So I think that defense sector can use and might be using it. I can't comment right now what defense in US is doing or in India is doing, but they might be using drones, right? Drones is a perfect example of IoT. Probably utilizing it in fighter planes, fighter jets, and whatnot. So the space station launches, right? If you guys have seen the NASA launch that SpaceX did recently, going to the space station, right? Probably a defense sector, NASA sector, and doing in space exploration using Internet of Things. So yeah, a lot of.
Thank you so much, Puneet. Your session is really wonderful and amazing and informative also. So on behalf of Puurnima College of Engineering, I propose a vote of thanks. First and foremost, I thank to our today eminent speaker, Mr. Puneet Singhal, Senior Engineer, Wireless Regulatory Compliance, Apple, California, USA, who despite his busy schedule has found time to grade this occasion and enlighten to faculty members and students with his motivating and informative address. I thank to our director, Dr. Mahesh Bundele sir, Vice Principal Pankaj Dhingla sir, Registrar Mr. Devin Somunshi sir, Network Administrator Mr. Shivraj Shekhawat sir, and all my faculty members for his valuable support for this event. I thanks to all the participants who have turned up for this webinar, not only from our college, but from other college also. Thank you so much for your participation, and I send a feedback link to you to get a certification. So thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, ma'am. It was pleasure meeting all the students. Hope they gain something from this presentation and they can apply. And I'm happy to help, ma'am. You have my email ID. Somebody, you guys can see me on LinkedIn and send out a message or something, and I'll be happy to.